it's not a group assignment. It's a community project, but it's not a group assignment. And we need to make that distinction.
Yeah.
Many times we're like, I want to start a business, and you're assuming your family and your
gonna
friends.
get on board.
No, they are your clientele.
Oh.
Royal Hustlers is proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation.
Good today, better tomorrow.
And she's here, she's looking gorgeous and she's amazing, and she's Romancia Shoonga. I was asking her off air now. It's Shoonga. It's like Shoonga because it's two beautiful O's. She is the country manager of Vision Africa Research Services Namibia. She joined Vision Africa as a research executive, where she gets to put her statistics and research methodology course into practice, into real things of the things, and also one of tutoring statistics and research method pupils in order to bridge the gap between the textbook and the real world at local university as well. Now, she obtained her degree in sociology and industrial psychology, and right now she's currently pursuing a postgraduate degree in sociology. So Miguel is not only gorgeous, but we're geniuses in this here building. Are we not, Romancia? Are we not geniuses in this here building?
It is a legend.
It is said.
So they say.
So they say. Good morning, my darling. How are you?
I am awesome. Thank you very much.
We're
How are you?
very, very happy to actually have you live in studio now that the streets
are open.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But let's dive a little bit way back, even before the whole COVID situation, back to when you were younger, where you grew up. Just a little bit about you.
All right, so a few decades ago, I'm kidding. I was born and raised in Walfish Bay, did my primary school there, and then went to Swakopmund, did high school in Swakopmund, and then, moved to Windhoek for varsity, took a gap year in between. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. But anyway. Man. And then did my postgrad. I'm actually done now, graduating sometime next month, I think. So yeah, man, good times.
What was the decision that made you have a gap year? Because it's not the norm. And when you tell black parents, this thing of going straight to university, no, it's actually not for me. So I'm gonna just see. How did that go?
In all honesty, when I left high school, I actually wanted to join the military.
Really?
Yes. Funny story. I was about going on the international trips to study abroad, and I was like, you know what? Instead of stressing about funding school and cost of living and whatnot, go to the military, get an education through the military, get into medicine, whatever, just use your hands, change lives, that type of thing. So that was the plan. And then I got a scholarship with the Petro Fund, which their mother did not believe, guys. Next thing I know, it's April. I'm still in Walfish Bay with my old folks. It was rough.
Was it?
It was hectic. Correct. But the character was built, and I think because I stayed at home, I already knew what I wanted, and went applied for my degree at UNAM, and I was like, okay, I'm going to school to pass. That's it. We get our masters, we get out, we start practicing, and we're done. So that's technically how the gap year happened.
So wait, how did you then pivot from the army to I'm a sociologist, I'm going to research, methodology things. How did that happen?
So what had happened?
What had happened was, because the story the plot thickens,
my friend, this plot is thicker than.
Yeah.
So I applied to do psychology, and I wanted to do clinical, I wanted to be a clinician, as they say. But I realized I actually love people. I love group dynamics. I love helping people. I didn't like group assignments, make no mistake. There's a big difference.
Yeah, no.
And I just enjoyed helping people in the corporate space, understanding people, understanding where people come from, and sort of helping them be better versions of themselves in the corporate space. And I realized it's something I already do, because I'm always looking out for scholarships and job opportunities in general for other people. So it was just like, it makes sense. Let's do it.
Okay.
And then halfway through my course in second year, they start asking you, what is it that you want to major in? Because then you need to start, your minors start falling away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I actually kind of like solving problems. And that's where the sociology comes in, because sociology is really the study of society.
Yes.
It's again, group dynamics, right?
I almost
Understanding
said,
the issues
yeah.
in society,
Society, yeah.
addressing the issues
Yeah.
and finding solutions that can work at all three levels,
Yeah.
you know, government, local authority, and then society itself, because sociology looks at, you know, families as the unit of
Okay.
society.
Yes.
And so if we have a breakdown in
The
a
family
family,
unit, then-
it trickles into the rest of society. So it was all of those small problems.
Miguel, I'm so sorry. No, because it's so much to unravel the mindset of society. Because you know, we're always complaining about it. Societal norms dictate, and I can't, and I can't, and you know. So it sounds like it's such. It's beautiful that you're the solving problem part.
Yes.
But then the prior to now, you're like, oh, this is why these people are like this. So if you're looking at in the Namibian context. And not to diagnose Namibia.
Of course,
as a
of course.
society.
Hey, it's a conundrum, but okay.
What has been some of the joys in learning the intricacies of why we are how we are as Namibians?
I think I understand people and
Okay.
people groups better,
Yeah.
because it's not so much about understanding the psyche of people in as much as you understand what triggers the behavior. I think going abroad really opened my eyes to how different we can be from other countries.
Okay.
And also how similar we are to other countries.
Okay.
But then also understanding, because I feel like when I left to do my postgrad, I got to really understand why Namibia is the way it is, and how some issues really do trickle from our colonial past, and it's the shortcomings in that area, because you know it's such a multifaceted conundrum. In all honesty, it's really, if I get into it, we'll talk all day. Shem.
Yeah. On that note, we're going to take a little bit of a pause and a breather. We're going to listen to a little bit of Lioness, and we shall be right back.
You drive me crazy, oh crazy. I don't see no one else with you. Forever it knows you got me with you, You stay on my mind 24/7. I don't see no other nigga try to get it. You take care of me, baby, you're the realest. Yeah. I'ma buy you a crib. I'ma cop you a beat. Don't be breaking my heart when you leave. I'm just torture you, and now we make a scene. My shawty plays for you, babe. You drive me crazy, oh crazy. I don't see no one else with you. Forever it knows you got me with you. Baby, I'm about to lose it. I won't share you, I'm possessive. True love is, I am a witness. Give all of my love, cause you deserve it. I'ma buy you a crib. I'ma cop you a beat. Don't be breaking my heart when you leave, I'm just torture you, and now we make sense. My shawty plays for you, babe. You drive me crazy, oh crazy. I don't see no one else with you. Forever it knows you got me with you.
That's Lioness saying with you. We're still chit-chatting with Romancia. And where we ended things off is where she was telling us the most amazing part of her career right now, and what she really does enjoy and what she found fulfilling. And my next question then would be for you, my darling, what has been like the biggest lesson that you've learned at the start of your career that you still live by today? Because you did mention that it's when you went abroad and came back that you saw why we are the way that we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
The biggest lesson, I think, is consistency.
Wow.
Being persistent, because the things you love will cost you. And the question is, are you willing to pay the price? Because the thing is, remember, whatever it is you're passionate about is not a group. It's not a group assignment. It's a community project, but it's not a group assignment. And we need to make that distinction.
Yeah.
Many times we're like, I want to start a business. And you're assuming your family and
He's
your
gonna
friends.
get on board.
No, they are your clientele.
Oh.
It's not. Support me. Why? You know, and then people take it as an insult. Your dreams, your goals, your passions, they're a community. It's a collective effort, but it's not a group assignment. No one is obligated to partner with you. No one is. You're not entitled to people's support. You need to actually. People need to see the value of what it is, sorry, that you bring to the table. People need to, but this they'll only see if you actually put in the time. You need to invest in what it is you're passionate about, because when things get rough, it's really your why. It's your passion. It is your love for what it is you do that carries you through, and that revelation only comes from putting in the time. Because when you're struggling with what it is you love, when you're struggling to grow, to harness, when you're putting in that time, sacrificing quality time you could have spent doing any other thing to commit to this one thing, you start understanding why it is you do it. And no one can take that away from you,
Not even
if they replicate it.
it cannot be taken away. Now, what you do takes a lot of grit, honestly. How do you manage to A, stay sane, B, stay on top of the game? Because it is stressful learning about other people's stressors, because you tend to absorb that and also take that in, learning about society and the hardships that we go through, and in order to solve that, it can weigh much heavily on an individual.
The beauty of research is really that you're doing it for a purpose, and you work towards achieving, or at least finding answers, right? Because it's not every project, for example, that will have you answer whatever objectives they have. Some projects are exploratory, and you end up finding other things out, right? So it's not always doom and gloom.
Okay.
Right?
Thank goodness, girl. Because I was worried about you there for a minute.
No, don't worry.
Yeah.
The beauty, the thing that keeps me sane is doing all the other things I love. I journal, I write a blog, I sing. Right. So doing all the other things you love keeps you centered. Spending time with the people you love keeps you centered. Reading the Bible keeps me centered. Writing keeps me centered. So I think, it's one thing to do something that you enjoy 8 to 5. It's something completely different to do what you love 24 hours of the day. So, yeah.
That's how I do it. And finally, before I let you go, of course, we have to give some wisdom to the young ones. What do you want to say to the young people and to the nation? That kind of a question. That's why you're a royal hustler. So dig in deep for this one. What do you think are the biggest challenges facing young Namibian professionals? And honestly, how can we better navigate? Because challenges will always be here,
Especially for us young professionals, be respectful. It's very important. You may not agree with someone with what people say, but you are responsible for the way you respond to the different stimuli in the world. Be respectful. Don't burn bridges. You may not like who you're working with, but you're working with them. And in this society that we live in, maybe it's small, only 2.5.
It's tiny.
2.6.
Tiny.
Also, be a people of integrity. Have character. And how do I put this? Err from trying to please the people around us. That speaks to integrity, and it's very important. As we can see, Namibia is doing very well out there, perception-wise, PR-wise. We're doing amazing. Sports, guys, we are doing
killing it.
The thing, sis. But there's so much more to us that the world is yet to see, and they need to see that if and when we decide to collectively be a people of integrity. It shouldn't be about agendas. It should really be, what is the Namibian vision? Where does Namibia see itself? And to see each other as Namibian people, nothing else. Namibian people, there's blood flowing in our veins.
Yeah.
There is, when you go out there, you're an ambassador to Namibia, or, for Namibia, you are carrying our flag. Your passport is green with gold letters emblazoned on it.
Yeah.
And it's very important that that sense of identity needs to be established, but no one's going to establish it for you. You need to identify
What it is. And how we're moving forward with it.
Exactly.
Romancia, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for your
I'm
time.
going to have you again, huh?
It's always a pleasure.
No, you might just be my new co-host. Sibo and Romancia in the morning.
Right.
Hey. We can see you, but can we though? But can we? Mo is in the background going, I'm sitting right here. Are you though? Are you? That was Romancia Shoonga, a country manager of Vision Africa Research Services, Namibia. Be a people of integrity. Yeah.